Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a squat and deadlift day. Workout got started a little bit later. I was kind of frustrated with something technical that I had to deal with. So this first set of squats was horrible. The bar rolled up my neck. I didn't get it set right, didn't grip it right. And then I got myself together and had a really, really good workout after that. But I got kind of flustered because I had a problem with my newest GoPro. The battery pack pretty much exploded inside of it, and I can't get it out, and I couldn't get it to work, and so I grabbed my other GoPro. Fortunately, the battery charged up really, really fast, and I was able to plug it in because that's what I have that cord there for, is to keep a battery to the GoPros. And guess what? Worked out great. Worked out great. I can't tell any difference in the quality. I think it's mainly because of my software. So what I did, I decided to titrate up and down a little bit. I'm like, let me just do ramping fives, right? Let me just build up, add weight each time. So I went like, 335, 350, 355, 360, and then I dropped back down to 325. So this set is right here, I believe, 350. It was supposed to be I'm so ridiculous. I accidentally put a 5 on one side that wasn't supposed to be there. So 55-pound bar. This one, it was supposed to be 345. I ended up putting 350 because I left a 5 on the other side when I swapped them over. Silly me. Then I did this set was, I think, 355, then 360. These felt good. Again, the idea of what I'm going to work with here, because again, I'm going to ease back into cutting. I haven't lost any weight in a couple weeks, and then I'm still holding my Thanksgiving weight. So I'm going to focus a little harder on my cutting. And what I'm doing is I'm just fasting through the mornings. And even during my workouts, I'm just going to do my workouts fasted. Then I'll have a protein shake afterwards. And then this way, it'll let me control my calories. And I think if I just keep protein high enough, I should start leaning further out again. I have trained fasted before, and as long as my volumes aren't crazy high, I can get away with it and actually get good numbers. Again, I know it's a subject of great debate. A lot of the research is saying, oh, your performance will suffer. Man, it's just such a debate. But honestly, I feel like if I'm not doing tons of high rep stuff, it probably doesn't matter. And all the people who've messed with fasting for lean gains type stuff have always done more moderated volumes. My volumes aren't really that moderate, though. People are looking at it, but I'm like, it really isn't, guys. A 5x5 squat, keep in mind that's done twice a week. Then deadlifting, calves, all that stuff afterwards. This is not that low a volume. I don't know how people could really prescribe it that way. But yeah, obviously, I'm still carrying some bloat. And I always carry extra water around the waistline and love handles anytime I pick up water weight. Just like all of that was gone when I did my water cuts at meets. That was all completely disappeared from the water drops. So for me, that's the thing with the loose skin area. I not only hold any extra fat there easier, I hold any extra water weight I pick up there easier. So pretty much everything goes there. And it makes sense biologically, you know. So as I get leaner, though, we already know it'll go away. So it's time to double down on the cutting. You know, I've actually had a couple weeks where I feel like I've gained muscle again and recomped a hair, so I didn't lose any weight. But now I'm going to ease back into the deficit. Let's start getting the scale going back down, continuing to go down. Because I had a pretty good run of the cut, 13 pounds, and then didn't lose anything, and then the Thanksgiving hit. So now we'll ease back into the deficit, get everything tightened back down further, and keep cutting. You know, keep cutting. And sometimes we need a little bit of a break from the deficit, just a psychological break, which I had for a couple weeks. And I have a nice, good Thanksgiving. I feel good. Like I said, I had a problem yesterday. You guys saw the post, right? A little bit of a GI tract distress, but I feel good today. The numbers were good today. So the deadlifts, I decided to do a couple of sets, and I'm going to work on adding a little bit of heavy volume here. I put 515 on, keeping in mind, before people say, but you've done more, keep in mind, number one, this is beltless. Number two, it's on stiff bar. Right? This is raw. So I ended up doing just 4 reps of 515. Then I went up 20 pounds to 535, did a nice solid triple. All felt good. And I realized though with that volume there, I do need a hair more hamstring work. But the name of the game is going to be just mechanical tension at this point. Because ultimately mechanical tension is a stimulator of growth. We can use volume to get there, but we need enough mechanical tension for enough volume. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing for a bit now. Obviously some stuff is going to be higher rep, right? The calves are going to be a little more. I'm not going to do just 5 on calves. That's silly. This was 5 by 8, using a very heavy weight for me. Obviously, things like my curls and my pullovers were all sets of 10 and stuff. So, I mean, some of the upper body stuff too, we're getting some real reps in, right? We're getting real reps in. But yeah, I mean, you guys can kind of see where the holiday bloat went. And again, we just keep dieting down. We'll take it all down. Because like we've said before, that's where I'm going to hold most of the weight due to the loose skin. That's where it's going to accumulate fat and water both. So we just diet. That's it. Let's get the diet back on track now that the holiday's done. Keep moving forward. But the upside, I felt like I had a nice, productive, solid workout. Happy with the overall numbers. I mean, again, the beltless stuff, the 4th set of squats was 360 for 5, and it wasn't a grinder. So I'm going to keep working those up. I mean, in an ideal world, I would like some of my top sets to be 405 plus for 5 on the squat. Again, the beltless high bar squatting. Calf raises, again, I've had people try to chime in, oh, you should just do whatever with lighter weight. No, we need tension here. Someone say, oh, you could do one leg. I'm not interested in that. Silly, I don't need any of that. There's no point. I want to be able to do these with 500 pounds on a barbell. I'm not that worried about it. Let's just move some weight. Move some weight for enough volumes to hypertrophy everything. And I think that's really, it's something I've always told people on cutting. Quit getting this idea that when you guys go on a cut, you're just going to up reps and that's going to help you get cut. No, you need to be moving big weight. You need to put tension on the muscles to ensure that you are giving them the stimulus to maintain those muscles while in the deficit. Your diet is what causes fat loss. Okay, let's be clear on that. It's your diet, guys. Not burning that many calories weightlifting, and most of it's going to be the EPOC, the afterburn effect, and then your muscle mass that you have, right? People get silly with that stuff. But yeah, so then for this, we ended up doing 5 sets of 8 with 325. Bar math, for those who aren't getting that, this is the squat bar. It's a 55-pound bar, Texas squat bar. It's the same thing I'm using for the squatting. And it's convenient because I can leave it loaded, right? It's easier to get in and out. It doesn't bump stuff because it's longer. Then I can use my power bar, my main power bar to deadlift with, right? My normal Texas power bar, which I prefer to use a stiff bar. It makes it more difficult, creates more tension at the bottom. And that's kind of the thing too. If we're going to deadlift for hypertrophy, all right, guys, using the whippy bar on your sumo deadlifts, that's why a lot of you do not get big from deadlifts. You see that all the time. I did deadlift and never want a good hypertrophy exercise. I think we know someone I've already interacted with recently. And he's like pulling on a really whippy bar with thick plates and pulling sumo. Well, no shit. Yeah, of course you didn't get bigger doing that. There's no tension in the lengthened position. So in between my 2 sets of hanging leg raises, I'm like, let me do a really heavy set of glute ham raises. Finish off those hamstrings, because again, that's only 2 sets of deadlifts, and the hamstring contribution from squats is questionable. My glutes got destroyed though, between those 7 heavy work sets. But a little bit of hamstrings, let's finish those hamstrings off. I need them to keep me injury free on the deadlift. So I need to work some glute ham raises back in, be a good idea. And then we finish off with 1 more set of abs. But overall, pretty happy with the workout today. So I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.